Alright, here's the fun part. Now, the tracking may get scuffed, but hopefully it's all good. Now, need to put on some gloves. Alright, we can do this a few times, I think, hopefully. Put some gloves on. Move the chair out of the... Actually, let's move the chair way out of the way. Alright. Glasses on with the headset. Now that's also scuffed. Now, we need some stuff that I've got down here. So, what I've got here is some fun little purple crystals here. They're fun. Actually, we don't have much of them. Hopefully we can get away with what we need here. But anyway, fun little purple crystals. Look at them. They're pretty. They're very pretty. Look at them. Now, I wouldn't necessarily eat them. Slightly dangerous if you eat them, but, you know, I can put them on my skin, and it's perfectly fine. Let's actually turn the fan on a bit here, actually, if we can. Hopefully that doesn't cause any issues. No, alright, not causing any issues? Okay. Now, I'm sure all of you are quite aware of aspirin. This, you know, let's see if we can just... Alright, aspirin, this painkiller medication. Oop, I can put it here. So you can see it here. We're going to put that on a little bit of purple. Now, for those of you who know, aspirin is just the brand, it's just the drug name. What it actually is aspartic acid. And now, if you've ever been around acid, you know what acid does. Acid burns. So what we're going to do, actually, I've forgotten something real quick. I'll be right back. Scuff streamer right here, big scuff streamer. Here it is. We're good, we're good. We found it, we're good. Alright. Alright, so acid burns. So when you take an aspirin, it'll go into your stomach and it will burn. What else do you take when you're sick though? What else do you take? You might take some cough syrup. You might have a big cough. I've had a cough for a bit lately. So I might take some cough syrup. So what we're going to do, get past this childproof lock on the cough syrup. There we go. Put a bit of cough syrup on my aspirin. Oop, that might be a bit too much, but that's okay. So you take your cough syrup, yeah? And then when you eat it, what happens? It gets a little bit of water. So we're going to put a little bit of water, just a little bit. And what's going to happen? Acid. It burns. Your aspirin is burning inside your stomach. That's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. Your aspirin is burning. The fire alarm hasn't gone off? Okay, we're good. We're good, we're good. So, quick explanation of what's actually going on here. If we can, while this cools down, is these fancy purple crystals are called potassium permanganate. Can we read that there? There we go. Potassium permanganate. Also known as conduit crystal. You can get this at the chemist. You can get all of this at the chemist, actually. You can buy it all at the same time. They don't question you. Then you've got aspirin. Literally just plain aspirin. I bought it at the chemist. Yep. Soluble aspirin. You want the one that's soluble. But plain aspirin I bought at the chemist. And then cough syrup. But we got glycerol, which is the basic stuff of cough syrup. So, Combine them and a very small amount of water from my water bottle. It was just plain water. And it burns. It starts a fire spontaneously. Now, if I'm going to get some paper towel, actually, we can clean this up and we can do it again. Or do you guys want to see something a bit different? We got one more I can do, a different one I can do. We're going to do them again in about an hour anyway. Do it again. All right, we'll do it again. Just clean up. I'm happy my fire alarm didn't go off because that would have been a problem. All right, so we put down the permanganate, the purple funny crystals. You don't need too much of this. We get our aspirin, which I've got to tear off the package again. And we just put that in the middle. Push it down. It's not dangerous or anything. I just don't want to get the permanganate on my hands because as you can see it's very, very purple and it doesn't really come off. And then we pour some glycerol in. It does actually work without water. You don't actually need any water, but the water speeds it up a little bit. Come on. Let's see if that works. There we go. It does take a while sometimes. So the water will speed it up. What you'll also notice here is that the flames, well, at some point they were quite purple, if you can notice that with my dodgy camera. That's actually the permanganate that is, or the manganese ion that's giving that purple color. So yeah, that's how we can make fire without fire or electricity. Just combine some stuff and you get fire. Now, this is actually my favorite experiment. Now we're going to do one of the other people's favorite experiment. I think we have enough. Let's see if we've got enough. Alright, let's see. How many of these do we have? Oh, I'm having to sit down and lie down on the round here. Alright, we got enough of these. This one's a little bit more chaotic, so my fire alarm may trigger. So for this one, we're going to use some sparklers here. You can see the sparklers? We're going to use some sparklers. But first we're going to clean this mess off. Because we want to be able to do that again in a couple of hours. Okay, put that in my trash. You see already it's all over my fingers here. Alright, so. And we've got a big old jug of water here. Ooh, that's a bit scuffed. How about we take off the rock? Put that down there. Is that better? Yeah, you guys can see it. It's fine. Alright. And then for this last one, we need some good old friend duct tape. Alright, so. This one here, it might be easier to take my gloves off, but I'm not going to. Maybe it would be easier if I took my gloves off. Oh, no. So, we're going to get the duct tape, and we're going to wrap our sparklers up in the duct tape. And again, you can do this one at home. It is technically using an explosive though, so sparklers are technically an explosive. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the duct tape around the sparklers. terror. So you want something that looks, there's a few ways of doing this, but you want something that looks like this. Let's lean it there. There you go. So you see the duct tape's wrapped, and there's a little bit left here at the end. Now, hopefully, I don't burn myself doing this. But I got a lighter. We've got a lighter. We're in possession of a lighter. Oop. Oh, the tracking is scuffed again. Should VTubers ever be in possession of a lighter? I don't think so. But we're going to light the sparklers. With my fan on, it's a bit scuffed, but we're going to try to light the sparklers here. Actually, let's turn the fan off real quick. Alright, light the sparklers. Are my sparklers actually terrible in not lighting? The sparklers are terrible in not lighting. 1 second. Alright, let's try to light the sparkler. Sometimes it's easy to light one sparkler. There we go. Now we've lit one. So now we've got the sparklers. We're going to wait till it hits the duct tape, then we're going to drop it in the water. And what you've got here... Oh, I charred the... What we've got here is we've got fire underwater. Let's turn that fan back on. We're boiling the water with the fire that's under the water here. And that is starting to smell. If you just put the sparkler in the water by itself, it goes out. But when you wrap it in the duct tape, it boils underwater. Oh, should have closed this door. The fire alarm's just outside there. So, I burnt my towel here. That's not good. So what's going on there is, we'll explain that one because we can't do that one. We'll do that one again after we do the next one again later on. Oh, we'll probably play a Hearthstone game in between. What's going on there though is you've got your sparkler here. The sparkler itself is actually what we call a low explosive, very much like gunpowder. It's a mixture of a whole different stuff, but it doesn't actually need any oxygen to burn. So when you wrap it in the duct tape, the water can't get in, can't put it out, but it doesn't need anything to burn, so it will burn straight through. And it will in fact boil the water, and the water is still quite hot. So, there's those two little experiments. I think I might be the first VTuber that's done a science experiment on air, or a VTuber that's purposely lit something on fire on air, without hurting myself or burning my house down. But we'll do those two again in about 45 minutes, I say. So we'll play a Hearthstone game in between. Alright, so we'll just put this to the side. And then bring this back up. You can see that that's a mess. Okay. Oh. Now the problem with these two experiments, they do actually smell quite a lot. And if people are interested in more of these kind of experiments, I can do more. I have a whole list of like hundreds of them. And maybe afterwards, after we do the next two again, we can see if we can get some decent colored fire. But so that's it for now. I'm gonna wait for this place to stop smelling, take off my gloves, and then we're gonna play some Hearthstone for 45 minutes, and then we'll come back and do them all again.